Dr. Jesse, last year, Dr. Stephen Coffman testified that VA's 2010 National Health Study included over 20% Gulf War veterans and produced important data regarding their exposures to pesticides, oil well fires, and pyrostigmine bromide pills. Those of us who served in the Gulf War remember those. But VA has not released these data. Dr. Jesse, is VA hiding vital information about 250,000 Gulf War veterans who are waiting for care, just as VA has been hiding information on veteran patient wait times? Will you provide the committee with all of the Gulf War data within 30 days?
Well, I will answer the first question and say categorically not. We're not hiding data. Understanding Gulf War illness is crucial. It's crucial, and we need that data to do that. I don't. In these data sets, the way that the researchers work is to begin to publish the data in the studies that they can put together looking into that data set. This is what Dr. Coffman was working on. VA is also actually moving towards the whole construct of open science that actually put that data, once it can be de-identified, so you don't compromise individuals' rights, out into, at least in a managed public sector, that other researchers can have access to it as well. In terms of the second question, I'm not sure how I can answer that. I don't know the size of the database. I can probably say with more clarity and accuracy that we can provide access to the data. But to say that can we hand it over, I don't know that. There are issues related to patient privacy and other things. But if there's I'll be glad to work with your staff to try and work through that.
Well, certainly, we're not looking for individual names here. We're looking for the conclusion of the research. And so I think the question is, and let me repeat it again just to make sure you understand it. As a Gulf War veteran, I'm asking you, will you provide the committee with all of the Gulf War data within 30 days?
And I answered you by saying I can't tell you I can do that because I don't know the structure of that database. I don't know. Can we provide it if if the patient privacy and protections aren't taken out? And so to hand over a large research database, I don't know what.
So let me ask you.
But I said we could get you access to the data.
So if we say then that, because I want Gulf War veterans to have access to this data, not just me. And so if we say then that minus the HIPAA protections that exist in law, that you're going to turn over all the data relevant to this 2010 National Health Study concerning Gulf War veterans, I think that part that concerns Gulf War veterans.
I think that's a question that's too complex for right here and now. I will be glad to personally further this conversation with you. I'm not sure exactly what you want. Large databases are not something that it's not just the data. So what are the questions that Gulf War veterans want to answer? That's our responsibility, to engage with them and get answers to the questions that they want and need. You know that there are active researchers that have been working within the Gulf War databases. There are several incredible studies that have recently come out in terms of trying to get to the foundations of what might be behind that. But I cannot tell you that I can hand you over a large database. I don't know the legal authorities to do that. I don't know where it would go. I don't know how it would be protected. But we can have that conversation. I just don't think we can have it here today.
Wait, let's have that conversation tomorrow. Because I can tell you as a Gulf War veteran, I don't share with you your statement about the commitment of the VA for Gulf War research. It's not there. It's absolutely not there. It tries to veer off into a direction that it's kind of all in your head, quote unquote. And Mr. Chairman, I'd like to enter this for the record, this letter from the President of the of the Research Advisory Committee on Gulf War illness. If I could put this in the record, Mr. Chairman.
Without objection, and gentleman's time has expired.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, I mentioned to Eric Cannell earlier, today over at VA, there is a state-of-the-art conference going on exploring the relationship between mitochondrial function and disease in veterans. Much of the research that's come through that committee is pointing fundamentally to a basis of that disease, much of the muscle aches, the myositis, the chronic fatigue syndrome as being related to mitochondrial function. We have pulled national researchers, not just VA, together to begin to explore that question, and the hope to come out of this conference will be the structure for a national multi-center trial that would actually look at potential, both the basis of the disease and potential treatments. There have been several that out there that have showed promise in small studies. They need to be looked at in larger studies, but they also need to be looked at with a sound basis to link the pathophysiology to the disease state to the treatments. That is going on today, sir.